Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, dear students. How it going? In this lesson, we will keep going talking about the redox or the oxidation reduction reaction and its tightly relation with the displacement reaction. In the lesson of the metal reactivity, we talk about the how the higher active metal replace the lower active one. Like in this example, we have here a iron, which is previous the copper in chemical reactivity series, and so it can replace it easily in its compound. Let's see what the two steps which make by the iron and the copper. Iron, it is the higher active here, and it's decided to lose the electron. It carries zero charge, decided to lose 2 electrons for the copper to make it give up its compound. Copper ready to lose its compound, but in condition of taking the 2 electron. So it gained the 2 electron from the iron and percepted. So we have here 2 steps. One of them is losing, as we said before, and the other is gaining. And in terms of oxidation reduction process or their concept, losing meaning oxidation and gaining meaning reduction. We previously defined the oxidation reduction as this. So oxidation meaning losing and reduction mean gaining. But before focusing on this, on their examples, we need to define another concept with oxidation state. Oxidation state. What about this concept? What is the oxidation state of the element? Elements in elementary state have a zero charge, like the sodium in elementary state have zero charge. The chlorine, zero charge. Hydrogen, zero charge. Copper, magnesium, and it's all. So when they share in chemical reaction, their chemical reactivity make them change their charge. The chemical reactivity of both of all of them make them change their charge at their nature. When metal reacts, it loses electron. So losing electron, it change into positive. When we lose electron, change into positive. Sodium losing 1 electron, so it will carry positive 1 charge. Chlorine is a nonmetal, so it will gain, because its reactivity is gaining electron and change into, because I gain more electrons, so I change into negative, so it will carry negative 1 charge. Hydrogen, even it's non-metal, so it will gain electron and change into negative 1 charge. Copper, it will losing 2 electron, lose 2 electron and they change into Cu positive 2. It will carry positive 2 charge. Also the magnesium as it is. So here we have a new charge for both elements, for all these elements, and we call this a charge and numbers. We can call the positive 2 is oxidation state for the copper. We can call the positive 1 oxidation state for the sodium. We can call the negative 1 oxidation state for the chlorine. What meaning of oxidation state? What the oxidation state refers to? What I can understand from the oxidation state. I can understand the two processes. What's the chemical behavior of the element? What the chemical behavior of the element? What the element to do in chemical reaction, if it lose or gain, even it lost or gain. When I can see the sodium positive, so it meaning losing electron. When I see the chlorine is negative, become negative, so I can predict that it gaining chemical reaction. And the second topic, I can deduce only that it gained or lose number of electrons, a number of electrons which share in chemical reactions. So I can predict the chemical behavior generally of the element by its oxidation state. So the number which carried by the element after the chemical reaction and its charge indicates me what the behavior of the element in the chemical reaction. Even it lost, so it will be positive. even it gained, so it will be negative charge, and the number will indicate to the electrons which lost or gained. ده يا جماعة يا شباب العلمي the concept of oxidation state. So I need to remember that metal loss, so it change into positive, non-metal gain, so it change into negative, and that means that the reaction between metal and the non-metal is a redox reaction. When I can see reaction between metal and the non-metal, it is a redox reaction. And also the displacement reaction, as we previously explained, the displacement reaction also resembling oxidation reduction reaction, and two non-metal but have different in reactivity. Two non-metal have different in reactivity, and we can see that from the example. It is the best way to understand. We have here sulfur and oxygen. Both of them are two non-metal. Both of them are non-metal, but the sulfur lower reactive than the oxygen. So the sulfur will be the positive here, and oxygen will be the negative. And we can predict from the first law that it will be oxidation reduction reaction. It is zero charge, the elementary state. With the elementary state, both of them enter the chemical reaction with zero charge, but they exist with a compound. Both of them carry a charge in this compound. So even there are a change in the charge, اول ما الاقي تشينج في التشارج بتاعت الكومباوند يبقى معنى كده حصل اوكسيديشن ريدكشن على طول. السلفر انتر ذا رياكشن وذ زيرو وخرج باوكسيديشن معينه، اوكسيديشن ستيت معينه. الاكسجين انتر ذا رياكشن وذ زيرو ستيت and exist with oxidation state معينه. So there are oxidation reduction process here. طيب, what is the rule for calculating this new oxidation state? The rule said that the compound, the stable compound, is zero charge. يا جماعة احنا بنعمل الكومباوندز علشان تبقى stable، فطالما stable يبقى zero charge. المفروض ان اي stable compound انا بكتبه وبكتب جنبيه equal zero charge. المفروض summation التشارج بتاعته equal كام؟ equal zero. So تعالوا كده نعمل حاجة اسمها indication أو نعوض بالcommon oxidation state. معروف إن الأكسجين في حاجات اسمها common oxidation state المفروض إن احنا بنحفظها وبنعوض بيها علشان نجيب unknown oxidation state. الأكسجين معروف إن هو negative 2 always ما بيتغيرش، هو negative 2 oxidation state. دايما الأكسجين يا إما gaining 2 electron or sharing by 2 electrons, so it will be always negative 2 charge. طيب أنا عندي كام؟ 2. عندي كام charge؟ عندي 2. 2 times minus 2 plus s. All of this value equal 0. All of this value equal 0. So السلفر بالاكسيديشن ستيت بتاعتها اللي احنا ما نعرفهاش هي كام، هي unknown oxidation state بالنسبه لنا، بلس الاكسيديشن ستيت بتاعت الاكسجين اللي هي نيجاتيف 2 تايمز 2 لان انا عندي 2 اكسجين، فيبقى السلفر minus 4 equal 0. So the sulfur will equal 4, positive 4 oxidation state. So the oxidation state of the sulfur here will be positive 4. And the oxygen الواحدة من الأكسجين بتبقى نيجاتيف 2. يبقى يا شباب العلمي هنا فعلا ده إيه؟ يعني ده proved that the sulfur change its oxidation state into more positivity and the oxygen it change it into more negativity. So اللي بيبقى more positive زي ما قلنا بيبقى losed electron، وطالما losed يبقى حصل له oxidation process. And اللي بيبقى more negativity اللي هو الأكسجين هيبقى gained. So it will be reduced. هيحصل له reduction process. يبقى احنا كده proved by calculation that this reaction is a oxidation reduction reaction. زي ما قلنا ايه هي الحاجات اللي ممكن تبقى indication بالنسبة لي علشان اعرف from the first log كده ان ده oxidation reduction process لما الاقي reaction ما بين metal element و non metal element. ده كده مبدئيا ده redox. لما الاقي displacement reaction between higher active metal and lower active metal